Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Escape from Monkey Island. We are in Ozzie Mandrill's house. Ozzie Mandrill, of course, being the villain of the game, who's trying to introduce capitalism to the Caribbean, which we're not going to be having. We're going to be potentially insult sword fighting with him in a little bit. But first I want to just have a little look around at some of his things. There's a kangaroo here with boxing gloves on.
Poor thing. Poor doomed hapless giant kangaroo.
Yeah, okay. There's a dingo here.
Poor thing. Poor cuddly wuddly giant dingo.
Gun cabinet.
Guns don't kill wild animals. Ozzie kills wild animals.
Oh, apparently if we press O, we leave the area. I was pressing it to try and open the crate, but that's not a thing. Wombat.
Poor thing. Poor endangered giant wombat.
Ah, poor wombat. Baby koala.
Poor thing. Poor dim-witted giant koala. Poor thing. Poor dim-witted giant koala.
He just literally says poor thing about everything in here. Look at that egg.
I'd hate to see the creature that laid this.
Crocodile?
Poor thing. Poor ferocious man-eating giant crocodile.
Yeah, poor crocodile. Gun cabinet. We can't look at this chest, strangely.
Guns don't kill wild animals. Ozzie kills wild animals.
Alright, well, I think we've looked at most things. Oh, the platypus.
Poor thing. Poor defenseless giant platypus.
Okay, right, there's another dingo. Let's talk to Ozzie.
I'm back.
What do you want now?
Why are you trying to buy the Caribbean?
Why are you trying to buy the Caribbean?
I thought I made it clear. The Caribbean is infected by the disease known as piracy.
It's not a disease.
I intend to cure it with some old-fashioned Australian capitalism.
Alright, fine. Well, we went through
I'm
that.
tired of discussing your warped dreams.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of discussing them.
Well, it makes a good compromise then. I'd like to take another shot at insult sword fighting because we're a bit of a champion. We did it in the first game. We did it in the third game. We're going to do it in the sixth game. Spoilers. So let's do it in this game.
I'd like to take another shot at insult sword fighting.
If you must, what would you like to play for?
I don't know. Tell me the secret plans, I guess. Yeah, tell me your secret plans.
If I win, you have to tell me all your secret evil plans.
Fine. And if I win, you have to leave my house.
Agreed.
It's not that
So,
bad.
what form of insult game shall we play?
Let's stick to the basics, shall we?
Good. We're masters of the basics. Literally destroyed the sword master and all the pirates in the third game, so gonna deal with this old man. Here we go. We know all the insults.
On guard. Touche.
Oh, that is so cliche.
See, we're experts. Alright, look at this. All these good ones, look at all these good ones we've got in our repertoire. Look at that. Look at all of these. Alright, fine. I'm gonna put your arm in a sling.
I'm gonna put your arm in a sling.
Why, are you studying to be a nurse?
Damn it, he knows it.
You're a snag short of a Barbie.
Huh? That's not an insult, is it? Well, didgeridoo to you too.
Well, did you redo to you too?
When I'm through with you, you'll flog the cat.
Flog the cat? I mean, I've no idea what you said.
I have no idea what you just said, yet I feel strangely insulted.
You've seen one too many smacks from the lily whacker.
What the heck? I can't argue with that.
I can't argue with that.
Damn it!
Ha ha!
I lost.
Naturally. Now get out of my house.
So now we see his secret, why he beats everyone. He has a whole load of insults that only make sense to Australians. Can we go in here? I'm sure it's still locked.
It's locked.
I don't think there's actually any way to get into this in the game. I don't think it's like an accessible area, which makes it kind of weird that it's here, to be honest. I guess they just did that to show that he's super rich and has a guest house on his property. It's kind of weird you can interact with the door just to see that it's locked, but whatever. Well, we've been there, so I suppose let's head back to town. We need to continue working on our little potion, now that we've been shamed by Ozzie Mandrill's insult sword fighting skills. Okay, let's use this.
This almost smells like that hanky, except the hanky smells more like hamster bedding.
Hamster bedding, of course, being wood. So, where do we know that has any wood in this town? Well, the House of Sticks, of course. Let's head over to the House of Sticks. I'm pretty sure it's here. Alright.
Freddy, where's my new walking stick?
He's back.
It's right over here, Mr. Mandrel. A brand new cane, hand-carved to the exact specifications of your previous stick.
It better be, or I'll buy up your putrid little shop and replace it with something useful, like a public urinal.
I take it that you'll be putting this on your tab, Mr. Mandrel?
What do you think?
Well, off he goes with his stick that once again he hasn't paid for.
You know, if I weren't a peaceable sort, I'd whack that gentleman over the head with one of my sticks.
I'll do it.
I wouldn't stop whacking until his brains leaked out all over my rustic, hand-polished hardwood floor. Yep,
But you're a
Aye.
peaceable sort, right?
yep.
We don't want to cross Freddy, apparently, do we? Jeez. Something of a psychopath there, buddy. Right, let's look at these wood shavings.
If I had a hamster, I could use this stuff for bedding.
There we go. Nice. Alright, well, we've got our wood shavings. I don't know if we can actually...
It's a cedar-smelling pile of
Yeah.
wood shaving.
It does tell us that it smells of cedar. Okay, let's chuck that into our little potion. I think you press like up and down. Yeah, you can to go around. Oops, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to use that all the way around here with our homemade
There.
perfume.
That should make the concoction smell interesting.
Fine. Okay, well, let's get that out and we will smell it. See if we've done the job.
Hey, this smells exactly like that hanky, only stronger.
Good. Alright, we've done it. We have our homemade perfume. Freddy, I'm going to get out of here before you murder us viciously, and we will be back at some point, actually, because we need to come back here in the future. Okay, we will go now to the Palace of Prostheses to speak to our friend Deadeye Dave. So if you hear any like drilling sounds, by the way, at any point, they're digging up some sort of pavement or something outside the window using power saws. So not sure if the mic will pick that up, but if you hear that, that's what that is. Deadeye Dave, Pegnose Pete scented perfume for you.
Whew, that's an all too familiar smell. Guess I can't complain though, since Tony E. Middlebrook is my best customer.
Tony E. Middlebrook.
The man regularly buys
Middlebrook.
prosthetic noses from me.
Really? He's my, really good friend. Yeah. I lost track of him and, missed him so much that I made a little odor potion to remind me of it.
Okay, too much information. I have a strict rule of don't ask, don't smell.
Well, anyways, if you know where I can find my, friend, that'd be very helpful.
Oh yeah, sure. He lives out past the Mists of Time Marsh.
Huh.
You can't get through there though without the directions he gave me. And it's filed away someplace in my Filomatic system.
Well, let's go get that file.
Yeah.
I can't. Pongo, my filing monkey, ran away a while back. He was the only one who knew how to run the Filomatic. As a result, I have no idea how to retrieve the map. But if you can figure it out, feel free. The controls are right here.
Okay, well, I mean, if we can figure it out, then why not? Let's have a twiddle with these system controls. So we've got some symbols here. We've got a rabbit, we've got a palm tree, we've got a pumpkin, we've got a monkey, and we've got some bananas. So, if I remember correctly, certain symbols relate to certain letters of the alphabet. So I think it's split. But let's just see what this brings out if we do all of the rabbits.
It's some sort of document. The name on it says
Adeline A. Apricot.
it has all sorts of useless information, such as prosthetic prescriptions, address, phone number, allergies.
Okay, so what we're going to have to do here is a little bit of trial and error. So we know that the bunny is... Hang on, let me write this down. So the bunny is A to something. So what we'll do now, we'll use the symbols again, and we will spin it around to the next one, which is a palm tree, and we'll see what letter comes up next. In your own time machine. There's actually some pretty funny results
The
you
name
can
on
get
it
with
says
this, I think.
Harry D. Back.
It
So,
has all sorts of useless information,
Harry.
such as prosthetic prescriptions, address, phone number, allergies.
so palm tree is H, which means that the bunny must go A to G. So, let's do that again. We'll try and figure out what the... Is it the monkey next? No, it's the pumpkin. We'll see what the pumpkin relates to. So yeah, this is a bit of a trial and error puzzle, but I don't mind that.
The name on it says Melvin D. Deuteronomy.
M.
It has all sorts of useless information, such as prosthetic prescriptions, address, phone number, allergies.
Okay, so the pumpkin is M, so that means that the palm tree probably runs up to L. So, next one. Let's see, I think it's the monkey next, isn't it? And then the bananas. Let's press this button. Whee! Right.
The name on it says Oliver C. Deuteronomy. It has all sorts of useless information, such as prosthetic prescriptions, address, phone number, allergies.
Okay, so that means that the pumpkin is probably just M and N. So the monkey starts with O. If this doesn't make sense to you, it will shortly, because we're going to combine different symbols to make different letters based on that name that he gave us before, the Tony E. Middlebrook.
The name on it says Umberto D. Clown. It has all sorts of useless information, such as prosthetic prescriptions, address, phone number, allergies.
Okay, so that means the banana probably goes U to Z and the monkey is O to T. So, with that in mind, what we should be able to do now is figure out that Tony is probably the monkey. So Tony E is probably the bunny, and Middlebrook should be the pumpkin, I believe. Now, if we've done this right, this should bring up the Tony E. Middlebrook file, which is what we need to figure out where Pegnose Pete lives. So that's the name he's going by here.
The name on it says Kesco B. Monkey Biter. It has all sorts
Huh.
of useless information, such
Okay.
as prosthetic prescriptions, address, phone number, allergies.
So, that didn't work, did it? So we must have gone wrong somewhere. Okay, so Q might be the banana that we need. Let's see if that works.
The name on it says Vincent A. Jones. It has all sorts of useless information, such as prosthetic prescriptions, address, phone number, allergies.
Strange. Okay, we must have gone wrong somewhere. So let's try spinning this to the next one and seeing if that helps. I'm sure this is how the system works. Ah,
There are directions to Pegnose
There we
Pete's house.
go.
Weird. Looks more like a train schedule to me.
so we must have had the second one slightly wrong, but that's fine. So you can see you can trial and error it until you get it, basically. So the customer is Tony E. Middlebrook, and the directions to the Mists o' Time Marsh do indeed look like a train schedule, don't they? There's times there and there's directions on a compass. Now that will make sense very, very shortly. So let's put that away. We'll take that with us. We can get some humorous ones. I'll try and remember how to do
I
that.
already have Pegnose's file.
Oh, we can't do it now. Oh, that's so annoying. Okay, well, maybe we'll do that as a bit of a joke. Maybe we'll reload and do that as like a one-off episode. I don't know. We'll see. But there are some quite funny ones that you can do there. If you want me to do those, let me know in the comments below. If not, we'll just move on. But we've got Pegnose's thing, so we will head off. So, what we're going to need to do to get to Pegnose Pete's house is be able to relate the times and the compass directions. Now, compass directions are pretty self-explanatory, but for times, we're going to need ourselves some sort of time-telling device. Luckily, you've already seen one down this way. Oh, which was right there, but we've run past it. Good old controls, eh? Huh, look at that clock.
They're using it right now.
Hands off!
We're using that.
Okay, right, well, let's talk to these guys. So,
Yes?
remember what he told us before, the other guy? About Brittany? Alright, let's ask about this.
I'm looking for a no-nosed pirate.
Does he play chess?
I don't know.
Then I don't care.
Okay, well, is that Brittany?
Hey, isn't that Brittany, the bank teller?
Brittany, where?
Oh, darn. Must have been the Aurora Borealis.
Yeah. So, what we have to do, we have to time this. It's a timed puzzle to distract him when he's making his move. Wait for it. Wait for it. Make your move, dude. Come on. Come on. Maybe he's not going to move until the other guy's been. So maybe actually...
I'll let you get back to your game.
Maybe we've got to get this guy.
So...
Yes.
Yes, you can see here. Remember the other guy mentioned food? So when it's his turn, we're going to have to mention food. So
I'll let you get back to your game.
we will do that in the next episode. So as always, thank you very much for watching. A big thank you to my patrons, Arcades Games, Wayne Nate, Terminally Nerdy, Paul from the Phantom Fellows, Lyle, Hobo, Numinous, Kumidim, Paulione, Flossie the Sheep, JohnCon555, Chrissy, Paul James, and Zoltes, and I'll see you next time.